Perfect. I will also talk about one of our biggest our biggest success thing is that we started 2013 with one person. That was Jens, sitting behind me here. And when he started, he has told me that he had one big question. He wouldn't be like the other ones. He would be something else. He would have a firm that was something that the other wasn't at the time, and develop a firm that was in another perspective, and the firm and the big four, as many of our members in TGS has the same experience, have done the same trip. But I think that was the first decision that was made in this firm regarding ESG. It was a decision to make something different, but also to make it in another way, to adapt to another market, to adapt to another environment, and also to adapt in another way of thinking. And 2013, the vision and the start is the same as we are doing now, and we have gone from one person, Jens, to 60 employees, and we are quite proud of that. And all that way has been developing the firm in that direction, has been a lot of hard decision, a lot of them rooted in social responsibility, and also to take risk, but also make opportunities associated to our operation regarding to take the right decision in time. So if we go on, we had an idea to be the entrepreneurs and the company's best friend, and also to adapt to them always in the market, but also to be the ESG friend regarding to every bit. To be an entrepreneur is quite hard, and it's also quite reflective to be doing things, take decisions right, but also see what things leads to, but also for us to be and one of the biggest things we have is to be a partner to our entrepreneurs, but also to be a model for success, a model for taking great decisions, a model of leading our business in a way that could impact others, and also to take responsibility to do things in a way that leads the business forward, but also be open with sharing the knowledge of taking decisions in that way. So that is quite important to be a good ambassador for entrepreneurial ESG, to be adopting to the market. And for us, it has been important to have this as a route, to be good in something, but also be good as a firm. So as you know, we have been on a journey quite long, but we have also in the last year got in a bigger perspective together with Crew, and also together with TGS. All those things is a part of being in those questions as our entrepreneurs are in as well, to adapt to the market, but also see and reflect on our own entrepreneurship, but also on our own skills and business. I think that's quite important to know what the changes are, but also adapt to the changes as they are going forward. But the most importance of ESG of our firm has been both driving sustainable growth. We have embedding some ESG principle in our core operation, and I will show you them here. They are in some way in Swedish, but if we look at our firm's most, I would say these principles has been for our way a leading way to work with but not the only one. We have also tried to more practical lead to improve the efficiency, reduce cost, and change innovation regarding AI and so on. But in the main part of our business, this has been the most crucial ESG principles for us to be, I would say, to be. Those decisions and those measures have been our prioritized to be, what should I say, better than our competitors in a lot of ways. So the first one that we have worked a lot of is to be equal, to treat everyone equal, and also be in a development that's equal, regardless of gender, ethnical and sexual orientation, and so on. And this has been something that we have worked with from the start. So today we have not only tried to map current situation regarding to salaries and so on, but that everything should be equal for equal measure. But we also has a equal partner group. It has an equal, not equal, but we are in our leading positions. We are 3 men and 4 women, and that's quite good, I think. We are in a position there. We was 2 men and 1 woman for a couple of years ago, and we was in that group struggling with some decision. We were also struggling a lot with developing our firm in the right direction. When we was enlarging our leading group with new partners, but also with new knowledge, we had a journey that started from perhaps 5 to go to 30 in a couple of months. It was much better meetings and much better outcome, and it was much better to reflect on our decision, and the decision making was much firmly. So I will jump a little bit in this PowerPoint. This is our group of partners today, and also some of the key persons. We are Jens and Therese and me. You all seen us, Sarah, Tony, and Sandra, and we are 3 women and 3 men, and we are driving this together in a way that I think is important to see each other, but also to be equal. It has been a quite different journey, but from that part that we was in situation to go from 3 in the leading position to be 7 as we are now. We have also Sarah, it wasn't on a picture, but that has changed our journey quite distinctive to be much more. We are driving together in another way, and it's also we have a higher speed. We are quite much more right on the problem. We are much more together. We are so strong. So I would say that it's as more people you are, and you could be equal, but you also need to become equal. You need to be unequal. We have different type of knowledges and different types of strengths, and together it is being very, very, very important to us to be in this way. And we had that as a goal, and now we are starting to focusing to get the goal in other perspective. For example, could we be more ethnical, or could we be more regardless of gender and sexual orientation, or so what, to be more inflicted with some more perspectives? That will be great. That's the next step. We have also had a good question regarding developing, and now I'm on another question, is to get a good equal mentally and physical health for every employee, and avoid high rates of sick leave and so on. And to work with this, we have adopted something that's called Winning Temp. It's a day-to-day measure program that every employee gets 5 questions a week to measure how they feel and how they do, and what's the problem in the workplace, but also try to get in questions to, for example, are the leaderships is good, is the leadership bad, or do you have questions regarding autonomy, or could it be questions regarding well-being in the office and so on. So we are measuring this every day, every week, and every day it's possible to answer on one question if you want to. It takes a couple of minutes. This has also been quite good way for us to measure those things that we need to be more in timely manner. We need to see before it's happening. Question for example, somebody gets sick and so on. So we are quite early in the process to locate and also doing right things for that person to get well and or to be producing as good as they can always. I think that this has been a important investment for us to invest in the winning temp program and also do these questions and surveys in on a weekly basis. One other big thing for us to work with is to protect our customers' personal interest, but also integrity. We work with risk and also responsibility to be aware of risk, but also to comply with laws and regulations. And TGS is one part that are also giving us some points to be great in. We always want to be greater than the other firms. We want to be a little bit better than Hiller Hopkins, but it's hard. So you need to those things to measure, but also to be be hunted to do the right things. I think is very, very important. And for us, it has been one part of the journey that has been very, very good is with the TGS is to have measures, but also be measured and could measure with others to do right things, but also have the possibility to share knowledge between each other to do this at a good basis. But for us, it has been important to have annual training with risk questions, but also routines. And we have regular trainings regarding everything from audit to money laundering to how do you book the equity in a little company to avoid this risk and to see that everyone is quite good in the face of meeting risk in the work. We also has some other focus. The first focus that I will share with you is to work with personal development, but also on the workplace, but also as a person, and work with good leaders, but also work with helping employees develop, identify why, which people that should be developed and in what way. So for us, it has been one part in this journey has been for a couple of years ago, 2, perhaps 3 years ago, we took a decision to do a leadership program to evaluate and but also to get the possibility to get some people to develop more in the leadership things, to get redundance, to have leaderships in different positions, and also be able to drive these questions, but also do things as we would like them to be in a future manner. So everyone is schooled in leading others. In our perspective, that is quite important, but also for us, it's a way to be different from our competitors, to be giving this type of structured program to go for everyone that is in a leadership position or want to be in a leadership position, that's they could strive to get there, to go to this program, but also develop a quite good possibility to be a future leader in our firm. And so I think that is one of the most important things that we have done the last year. But also winning temp as well, to get the people that are being leaders to understand the figures, but also always develop our drive to success. But so we could be a little better regarding every perspective. And this has also been a question for us to employ a HR person full time. When we did that, we took a decision to take our firm from 30 people to we are 60 now. That journey, we hadn't been able to do that without our HR person, but also in the leadership question to get everything in place to make that growth. And as it is now, we are in stage to go from 60 to 80. Doesn't feel as a problem at all, and that will be a quite easy travel regarding the processes that are in place. So the HR, but also working with being the most attractive workplace and working with identify future leadership and develop our office from that. It's quite encouraging for everyone to work with, that you see the progress all the time. That's quite important as well. We have also worked quite a lot with encouraging local entrepreneurship to make people being in our environment. When Andrew has been to Östersund, so he knows it's not a big place, and here it's important to work with entrepreneurs, but also be working with creating new entrepreneurs. So we are working with, for example, organizations that are starting in school, starting companies. It's a special thing in Sweden. They call Ung Företagsamhet. It's young people that start a business, and they are working with it in 6 to 9 months, and then they are trying to be entrepreneurs. They are between 16 and 18 years of age, and they are trying to do business of something in that period, and we are lecture them, but also we are giving them possibility to be in different types of questions that they are going to be in if they are trying to be entrepreneurs in the real world in the future. And we are also giving out prizes on some local business awards, but also Jens is a good ambassador to start a type of galas or environment and different types of forum for driving business future, as our business forum is next week, and that's an important event for us with a lot of people and a lot of important entrepreneurs, but also important people from governments and so on, that we could make an impact to as well. And this is something that we have together created and also would like to be more developed during the way. And that's I think that's important. An important thing is that if you create something, if you don't have something, you can always create it. I think that's very, very important to know. If you think so all the time, that if you don't have something in your environment or in something that you have a lack of, you create it. It's not a big issue to be able to dare to start something that could be something good for you and for others. So for us, that's a important base. We also work a lot with finding new workplace, but also doing things for the society in the matter of for example, lecture at the university, but also try to find the entrepreneurs and also give them not lectures, but give them the idea of working as we work or that works with ESG as a base, but not a base in. If you have entrepreneur that comes to us, often they are. If you raise the question about ESG, they often talks about, oh, I don't want to report that or something like that. You need to get to the root. What are you doing? Everyone is doing ESG everywhere in some type of manners, but often you don't reflect of what you're doing. I think that's important for us to be somebody that also not only educates but also reflects and shows what are you doing that types of ESG, that if you do a little bit more or if you focus on this area a little bit more, you get more growth, or you can change the environment, you could be better than other competitors and so on. So for us, that's been a very important thing, to always reflect on what could we do that other could do as well, or something like that. So the ESG movement is not only for our sake, it's for everyone around us, and they could also drive our ESG development as well. And that is something that gives us a lot of power, but also a lot of energy. This is our team, and this is when Mark and also Andrew was to visit us. And that was one important thing for us, to get TGS here to us to discuss questions that we think is important, but also to discuss questions that is for the future. If we look in this picture, I think we are 45 or something like this in this picture, and this is 2022, I think, and now 2023, and now 2025 we are 15 more. So we have developed a lot of things during that way, but I think it's important for us. It's very important to be sufficient with our team, but also to be in this global, local area of the world to inflict, but also to get everyone to share their thoughts with Mark and Andrew. And this was an important day. Everyone get the perfect possibility to talk with somebody that come from France, but also from TGS, to work with questions that afterwards was a lot of things about what can we do with TGS that are driving us in the future. So I think it's important to also use TGS as an ESG important drive force for us, but it's also important for us that when we work with a lot of questions regarding the ESG and our journey, we would like that everyone around in TGS has the same thoughts, but also have the opportunity to grow in the same direction with the same focus and with the same force, but also developing together. So it's great to have this impact with a lot of the staff, as well as we go to conference and see each other, but it's only a little bit of the total. It's the tip of the iceberg, but the magic is happening below the iceberg's tip. That's important for us. So I don't think I will be going so much further, but I would like to giving the opportunity to take some questions if somebody has some questions, and also reflect on our journey, but also the possible journey that we could do together in the future with everyone in TGS regarding ESG, but also regarding doing things that are changing our perspective and take the change. I think that's the most important thing for us, to make changes. Otherwise, we are lost behind somebody else that do the changes.
Can I thank you, Andreas? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I hear
Okay,
you. I hear you. And then,
excellent.
yeah,
Thank you. And I have one question for you.
yeah,
First of all, just congratulations on how you've built the firm in Sweden. You know, well done, because it's, you know, I've seen how it's grown, and I know Jens well. I know you, and I hope one day I'll get to come to Sweden and see you there as well. But in the meantime, I have one question, which is I jotted down while you were talking, I think 7 points. And I just want to see if you agree that these are the key takeaways
yeah,
from what you've said. So the first one is be creative,
yeah.
embrace ideas, that sort of thing. The second,
Mm,
don't be afraid of new ideas,
mm,
which I think is really a positive a positive statement. Support others. And that includes your entrepreneur work, your internships, your training people, and so on. But be supportive. Distinguish yourself. Let people see that you're different. I like that. Um, you said I wrote down be willing to change, and then later on you said dare to change. I like that too.
yeah,
Even better,
yeah,
dare to change, because I like the old golf adage, which is if you keep playing the same way, you'll always have the same outcome.
mm,
So I like that a lot. Um, Involve your staff or team and listen to them. And you have a lovely looking team there. They all look very happy. So that's good. And I thought that was really positive. And the final point, which I think is really important, is use TGS, work with TGS. Um, and yes, you mentioned ECG, but I think there are other areas as well. And I think we can all learn from each other. So those were the points. I hope that's a very
yeah.
short summary.
I think Jonathan, you're spot on. I think that's summarized very well. And my thoughts, but also the force in our firm and in TGS as well. I think it's important to do and reflect upon topics like that, but also to, I think there is the question that are embedding everything in this, to dare do things, to dare be different as well, to be adopting and to be agile and so on. But absolutely, I like your points. It was good summary.
And in particular, you just mentioned it there. Dare to embrace the Force like a true Jedi. Um,
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's important. That's important. Yeah.
I'll let somebody else ask any questions they want to.
I would like to ask Anders about the commercial and marketing initiatives that you consider successful ones in your case.
Yeah, I would say like this. If it's something that we are lacking or hasn't done so much that we would like to do, is to marketing these topics and also how we work. We could do that a lot more. We have been talked about how could we market ourselves in different strategies. For example, it could be in LinkedIn or success stories or whatever. But that's something that I think we could do more about. And also we have done some stories at LinkedIn, but it's mostly good business, or we have hired this person and so on. But we could do more. I think that is something that will be scaling our business one step further. So absolutely, I think if you do some efforts and work about marketing your success story, I think to talk to others about what you have done in just a meeting or when you see somebody, but not marketing like with an ad. I think that is even better, but you could do it always more. So I think it would be great to embrace that. So more marketing should, for us, be a way to be growing further. I think that's a good way.
I'm sorry, I'm driving, but I have a question.
Yeah.
Now we are the light. I know that we are in a different market. For New York, for instance, there. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you
I
hear me?
heard your friends. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's kind of a different market, and what we're doing, we are targeting industry, for instance. We work with not-for-profit. Many of the not-for-profit, they receive either New York State or New York City grant, or they receive federal grant. Well, kind of less now. They're going to receive less now, but it's not-for-profit is a very vibrant industry in New York, and we were debating, you know, how to well, first, do you work with not-for-profit, and do you have not-for-profit in Europe as well? And then, do you have a specific strategy that you use to reach out to them? Because we're planning to send them, mass letter, things like that. But at the same time, we have to look at the ethics for us not to, because we're an audit firm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
therefore, you have that component. So how do you do it on your hand?
A lot of questions regarding that is we work with its contacts, but also working with trying to find ways to.
I think Andreas might have lost his connection, or I've lost mine. Simon.
I think it's hard to in an ethical way to just doing ads in that way regarding the business case, but I think it's not so similar in New York to Östersund, but I think in one way I think it's if you always do a good job, the job will come. So I think that's something that we focus a lot of, to get the people that do the job but has the best possible outcome and the best possible ways to do a good job. So if you get them if you get them the drivers to be great, then they will be great. So I think that's the way.
Yeah. So it's mostly word of mouth, and then
Yeah.
and then okay, which is I mean, there must be a way to scale up. There must be a way to reach out. I mean, actually, social media does that, but
Yeah.
I mean, these are our team. We have a development team. When we are debating what's the best strategy to reach to a very specific sector, without going foul with the ethic rules, but also for it to be efficient, not to spend money, doing advertisement that does not work. You don't get return, on your
Yeah.
investment for it. But at the same time, it's a very delicate balance, because we're not selling widget. It's not like you can say that buy my widget because I have the best widget. We all follow the same principles. So, but obviously, the quality of the work definitely makes a difference, because we get some of the client referring other client, but it's very slow.
Yeah.
The growth is very slow. So that's why we were thinking, okay, what other strategy that we can do besides conferences, besides speaking at certain events, that we can attract larger sector in this very specific industry.
I think one thing is if you one thing that we have done that in some cases work is to create a forum, for example, to do the possibility to either to get contacts, but also to make other to see what we have accomplished or something like that in some way. But then you have to work a lot to do that. It's whatever you do, it's quite hard to scale up in a fast way. I think if you see it like this, I think it's easy if you have good ambassadors. We have 60 good ambassadors at our firm, everyone that's employed. So when we was 20, we only had 20 nights to send out. Now we have 60. So the scale up is quite more aggressive when we have 60 nights to send out, to do good work, but also to be good ambassadors. So I think the scale up principle is quite hard as you are smaller, but when you're starting to grow and you want to grow and you dare to do things, then you could develop very, very fast in a matter of growing. But it's also good to grow in a way that you don't grow too fast, because then you have a lot of other problems to solve. So a hard question, Bronze. Hard question.
I have a quick question for you, Andreas. I love your presentation, and we spoke about these positive elements before in the success story of Edlund. But have you had any failures or any moments of panic that you thought it was all a bad idea before?
Yeah, a lot of. We had failures during the way in a lot of questions, but also we have had times when I think we all have argued for something that hasn't happened, or argued for something that feels like this is totally wrong decision, and 2 months later is a great decision. so I think we all struggle with that, but I think as in a part, as I described earlier, when we was 3 in the leading force, and those 3 was it's not enough. You need to be more in a leading force, but you also need to be different from each other, but also working with the question of the competences in the group is quite good in different perspectives, and then be aligned that every decision we take is a good decision, and it's made upon the basis of what we are and what we will be together, and nothing else. So no personal interest or something like that, because we always work with, this is our 5 key goals for the company, and this is the things we have decided to work with this year. For example, this year we're working with customer, and also to be a customer-based firm, and work with relations and so on. So then every decision we take is based on that factor that we need, or the factor that we need, or the factor that we will accomplish if we do the right things. So then it's easier, I think, to be okay with decision that isn't okay with you, and it's also okay to do things that is a failure, because then we tried. And if you don't dare, you never have a failure. So if you up to being developed, and up to scale up the business, and up to be better, then you need to dare, and then you will fail, and then you will success. So everything is in a package. So if you want something, you will get the other thing as a way. But a failure is only one mistake from greatness.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's really clear. And that's the great thing about daring to do something. You need support. You said that before. You're supportive for that. Thanks.
Great wisdom.
Question for you, Andreas. Thank you a lot. Again, it's really I can tell, because you joined us. I think it's almost day by day 5 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I remember we had these Zoom meetings. So I can see tremendous growth. So you kind of doubled your staff, and same for the turnover. So now when you have all these new policies in place, and the development goals and everything, it's really great. So do you think this could be a good base for you as a firm to then, because this is a very good example of internal growth, organic. Do you think in the future you will go for growth by acquisition? Do you think this base now can help you to foresee in the future, maybe to acquire farms?
Yeah, we have discussed that, and we think that that could be something that we will do, acquire something. But then we talk about smaller farms, and then we talk about to get competences that we don't have in that type of acquirement. But I don't think we are. If we work in the right perspective, then we will always be up for organical development and organical growth. I think we have just scratched the surface on the organical growth, and it's as long as we want to go forward, we will do that. But in some cases, it's hard to get right competence, and it's also hard to get the right people in the right place. Then perhaps that's a solution to do acquisition, but I don't think that's something that will be mainly part of our business. It's organic growth, but also finding the force and I think it's more hard in working with organic growth than in acquisition. So I think that that's the answer of that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody's reflecting on their notes. Any more questions for Andrea? Obviously, you know, if you have any more questions which come to you in a flash of inspiration later in the day, you can send them directly to Andreas. You have his address, or you can send them to us.
It's okay. Send them to me. I will take care of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Andreas. That was you know, exceeding expectations. It was really generous of you to share that story of we've wanted to do this for a while, but it is inspirational, and we will share the video with everyone else who expressed interest in the webinar, and we will also probably cut bits out of it to share on our social media and to post an article. Thank you. It was very interesting. I thought that there were quite a lot of questions about marketing, isn't it? It's like, how do you talk about yourself?
Yeah, and I think that's a topic that could be discussed more. I think everyone could be developing for telling their own success story in a good manner, and to be seeing that as a marketing profile. For example, for hiring and finding new competence, but also looking to new customers, but and also be showing for the others parts of society what we are doing that is driving forward. I think that is a great way to express yourself, but also to find new things to develop in.
Excellent. Yeah, well said. It's funny is the way you talk about it. You've exactly absorbed the notion of ESG and people, planet, and profit and society, because your examples come straight out of that. Because you think communication is good for finding staff, for finding clients, and showing society what you're doing. It's exactly. It's like a poster boy version of ESG. This.
Yeah, that's great.
Excellent. Well, thank you very, very much. And thank you very much, Andreas, for staying on time for the hour. You give people time to take notes, to send you a question, and to post on social media how much they enjoyed your presentation. And we will see everybody in the next TGS U event, or in the next conference in Brussels or Jakarta further forward in November at some point. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andreas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Take care.
Andres. And thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, Juan Bernal. Good to speak to you soon.
Good morning. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.